Shalom, my name is Kayal.
Kayataza.
We want to give all glory and praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders who rule GMS well. And Shalom to you, Akim, enduring to the end, pushing this truth with sincerity throughout all four corners of the earth. We're going to come out with Genesis 3. And may we edify you, brothers, in the Lord through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead and bring out Genesis 3:1.
Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made.
Okay, hold it right there. So people think in the Christianity church and even in the movies that the serpent was a snake. But actually, this is why a lot of brothers and our elders tell you to actually go into the word, the actual meaning of these words. Okay? You could actually use the Bible precept on precept to understand who that serpent was. Alright, we're going to go to Revelation 20, verse 1 and 2. But the word serpent, if you look it up in the dictionary, has two meanings. It actually means a snake. Also, it means a treacherous person. Just like society today, you'd say, hey, watch your back. That dude's a snake. Okay? 20, verse 1 and 2 of Revelation.
Revelation 21 and 2. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand.
Okay.
And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
God. So the serpent is that devil. Who is the devil? That Caucasian man. The whole Caucasian race is the dragon. That old serpent goes back to Genesis. Okay? And bound him 1,000 years. That's because back in when King James was in his place, they actually pushed the Caucasians to the Caucasus Mountains. That's why we come out with the truth of Ireland was inhabited by so-called Negroes. Scotland was inhabited by so-called Negroes. England, all those European countries were ruled by the so-called Southern Kingdom. Not so-called, but Southern Kingdom, which were so-called Negroes. Okay? So now that we understand that that serpent, that old serpent, which is the devil, and Satan, because Satan inhabits that devil, and in fact, and bound him 1,000 years. That's prophecy too of coming when Yahweh Shai comes back too. We're gonna put these damn devils in chains so that they could be paid back for what they've done to Northern and Southern Kingdom. Southern Kingdom first, because you got the leading tribe, which is Judah. Let's go ahead and go back to Genesis 3, verse 1. Start from the top. Now that we understand what a serpent is.
Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made.
Okay, hold it right there. So now you're saying, but it calls him a beast. How could it be a man? Well, if you go back to the word human, which you got to go back to understand what words mean, human comes from two words. Hue, meaning color, shade, and man, meaning male. Okay? While understanding who Esau is, he lacks color. Okay? But the beast part, we could edify with Deuteronomy 32, verse 24.
So 32 verse 24?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 32 verse 24.
In fact, start at verse 22.
22?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy.
Or you know what? Let's go to 21.
Deuteronomy 32 verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Yahweh. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people.
Okay. Who came against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians? It was that Caucasian race. Cortez came to Mexico. Columbus came to America. Okay. The Amalek are the ones that built the slave ships to take Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay. So he's saying these ain't people. They are not a people. Why? Because the human race is a race of colored people, which the so-called Edomite Caucasians lack that pigment of skin. They lack color. So they cannot be called human. Go ahead.
I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
Why is it a foolish nation? Foolishness is not believing in the Lord, in a God. And most Caucasians will clearly admit, including the Amalek, so-called Jewish that live in Israel today, say they don't believe in God. They are an atheist. If you doubt it, look it up. Do your research. Go ahead.
For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
And that's because we provoked the Lord because we didn't keep His commandments. Even still to today, Jake still don't want to keep His commandments. They go to Christianity. Christianity is that antichrist spirit that says you don't have to keep the commandments. All you got to do is call on Jesus, which ain't even the right name to the Lord because J didn't exist but 300 years ago. And Yahushua came 2,000 years ago. So how could His name be Jesus? And then people want to say, it don't matter about that. The Lord cares about your heart. Let me bring this out just to edify that real quick. You go ahead and hold that up. Because a lot of people, a lot of Christians, they want to believe in the heart, right? Which it ain't the heart in your chest, because all that is a muscle that pumps your blood throughout your body. This is 17:9, Jeremiah 17:9. It says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So to these Christians that think that, oh, I could just follow my heart, because that's really what society says. Because now that the Lord has given me these spiritual eyes, I look at a lot of different things, like magazines in a different way, look at pictures in a different way, and that's what they're pushing towards you. Follow your heart, but the scripture just said the heart is wicked, desperately wicked above everything. Who could know it? So that's the last thing you want to do. That's why you want these commandments to lead you. Having the Holy Spirit is not an emotional, being ran by emotion. I mean, you eat a bad burrito, your stomach gets upset, your emotions already all tore up. What it means is to have these commandments living inside you. So every decision you make, you actually make according to the scriptures. Okay? So let's go ahead and go. What were you, 22?
23.
23? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 32:23. I will heap mischiefs upon them.
Mischiefs are problems. Jake's full of problems. We're broke. Our women are taken. Okay? Our children are taken from us, given to other men because our women leave. They don't even know how to be women nowadays. Our men don't even know how to be men anymore. They got their pants around their knees. They're homosexual. They're in and out of jail. Go ahead.
I will spend mine arrows upon them.
The arrows that he's talking about is this coming nuclear war. 2/3 of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, including all the Israelites that are scattered throughout all the other nations, that might look like a heathen, but they got the spirit of an Israelite, they're going to suffer the remote nuclear fire. Even some of the brothers in GMS, right now there's a heavy falling out. Just yesterday I was attacked by, I know it was Satan, trying to get me to curse the Lord to the face. And it's hard because me, I just lost my woman. She took my kids, and when that happens, your mind starts to go through all kinds of little ugly perverse things. But what do? Do you fall out the truth, or do you take a rest, wash yourself, put some new clothes on, and get back into these scriptures? That's why the Lord He tells you He wants to forgive you, but if you don't give Him that chance by getting up, back up on your feet of this faith and carrying your cross all over again, what hope do you have? You'll just be a reprobate. One of these suckers that fall out. And then you're talking shit about everybody else that's still trying to keep this word. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 24?
Yeah,
32, 24. Deuteronomy 32:24. They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat, and with bitter destruction I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust.
Okay. And why the serpents of the dust? We'll get that right now. That's in Genesis 3, and we will say, I believe it's 14. Genesis 3:14.
Oh my God. Genesis 3:14. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
So he's talking about that so-called Caucasian. That's that serpent with that venomous bite. Those are the beasts that he sends after us. Those are the same beasts that are in those patrol cars looking to catch you, Jake. Alright? Like they just legalized marijuana. You know what the whole plan of that is? Jake can't control themselves. So what do you think they're going to be doing in a car while they're driving? They're going to be smoking that reefer. And guess what? Cop pulls you over, you're bound to get pulled over. And marijuana has a very strong stench. And that beast is coming after you to devour you. Alcohol to devour you. Pornography to devour you. Lust, everything. Okay? But the Lord is in control of all these things. And what he's doing is trying to prove you. Trying to show that heart. Because including for himself, but for you to understand where you stand. Because when you start to see these troubles come into your life, when your woman gets took, you know, are you going to fall off the truth and say, hey, you know, I've been praying to you, Lord. Where are you at? You know? When your kids get took by social services because you're out there screaming death to America, are you gonna curse God and say, man, I'm just wasting my life? In fact, what was it, 2 weeks ago when that dude told me, you're wasting your life, you fucking peasant.
Oh, wow.
You know?
And that skinhead?
No, it was a Muslim.
Oh, okay, fine.
Remember? You know, and I even lost my temper on that one. I mean, honestly, if we would have went blows, I would have been down for it, but you're not supposed to be out there doing that. We're supposed to be spiritual. So I was even convicted for losing my temper. You know? And those are things. Are you going to become ashamed if you get corrected by the elders or the leader of your camp? Turn away, shut your phone off, don't ever talk to the brothers again? Are you going to correct yourself and embrace that rebuke? Go ahead and start from Genesis 3:1 again.
Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
So who did he go after? Did he go after Adam? No, he went after the woman. Why? Because the woman's always looking for attention. They are attention-seeking creatures. Okay? That's why there'll be times where you and your woman's arguing, and that chick she'll get turned out by another dude just because he be writing her all kinds of cute shit on Facebook. Alright? Or she got all these friends on Facebook. Or she got all kinds of people texting her. She wants all kinds of friends. Or she'll even convince you to go out at night. And you'll do it just because you're trying to keep your woman happy, and you know it's wrong to do that shit. Okay, go ahead.
And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Now, why do you think the Arabs keep their women all covered up? Our women are supposed to be all covered up. They got that from us. But now our women, Jake women, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they are out there with their body exposed. You know, Judah women got the biggest booties in the world. And you know what they have? The tightest jeans in the world, too. You know, all Israelite women, Jake women, are destroyed because of this damn serpent, which is that so-called Caucasian that says you could do this. Go ahead.
But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Con. That's one of the arguments me and my homegirl had. She wants to go to Easter barbecues, egg hunts. She wants to do Christmas, birthday parties. She feels like the kids are missing out. But in Jeremiah 14, it says, 14, let me get that real quick. No, I think it was 10. Let me read that real quick. Yeah, Jeremiah 10:2. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, and worketh of the hands, and work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. See, they're talking about Christmas right there. You understand? And that's what women get caught up in. They want to be part of this world. That's also why they get upset when we tell them that this end's coming. Most women, they don't even want to hear about martial law coming, you know, or a man having 7 women in those end days. Why? Because it makes them back into that position of servitude. But in this kingdom, they're gods to the men. Go ahead.
Genesis 3:4. And the serpent said unto the woman.
Oh, go ahead and start at 3 again. 3.
Genesis 3:3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
So if you do these things, you'll die. The Lord already said. You think you could eat pork? You think you could blonde your hair? You know, some skin tight pants? You go celebrate Christmas? That's death. Go ahead.
And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
So that's the Caucasian man right there. Telling these women, you shall not die if you're a lesbian. It's a good life. Those are just closed-minded people that say you'll die. Go ahead.
For Yahweh doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
See? And gods, it's a small g. We'll go back to Psalms 83. Let me see. I believe it's 83. Might be 82. Okay. This is Psalms 82:1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. We'll go to Psalms 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. The men of Yasharallah, Israel, which means princes of power, the Lord has said we are like gods. Small g though. Right? So don't let it go to your head. Because right now we don't even have no power but these scriptures, because we have forsaken these scriptures. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai was able to walk on water. He was able to do all kinds of miracles because he had this power. He was keeping these commandments. But right now in this society where women rule over men, that we don't have no power right now. Okay? But when the Lord comes back to give us these spiritual powers, we're going to be as gods under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? But now women think that they could be not like God Almighty, but like a man. That's what he's trying to get like. The serpent tells the woman, the treacherous person, which is the Caucasian, tells the woman, you could be like man. You could go to work. You could